Why, hello. It is Monday morning, so good morning. Yesterday was Sunday, obviously, and it snowed in London. It was so fun. It was Stan's first snow, so that was really nice. First day of the week, and I'm just feeling like the house is full of stuff. And since closing SMUG back in January last year, we had to find space for everything that I had gathered in my studio and office and everywhere else over the years, over 10 years. So there was just a lot of stuff. And then over Christmas, I ordered lots of Lizzie for SMUG stock. So we've got lots of stock, and the house just feels kind of full of stuff and lots of Stan's toys, and it just needs reorganizing. So I thought I'd do a bit of a video where I tackle a different area, and yeah, that's the plan. So we'll see how far we can get. Today I want to work on the hallway, so I'm going to show you now. So this is our hallway. It's a bit dark. Let me turn the lights on, see if that helps. It's less nice light when it's got the lights on, but yes, this is gathering stuff. So there's like Mabel's litter that just needs to go where it goes, wrapping paper left over from Christmas that I want to reuse. I always unwrap presents carefully and then reuse the wrapping. In here there's a load of shoes that in the summer I reorganized and was like, I'm gonna depop them, never did it. Blue bag, same, loads of shoes that I want to depop. These two bags, SMUG totes, are press, and I've realised that I just don't want to store that much stuff. So what I'm going to do is go through and tear out the page of press that I actually want and get rid of the rest of the magazine. Maybe I'll keep the covers, but it's just too much like stuff. Like there's another whole bag that I've already started going through, so it's just too much volume. This bag was the last minute, like the tenants are about to move in, chuck all the leftovers from 13 Camden Passage. Still haven't sorted it out. Lots of shoes that need organising, bits of packing that over Christmas when we were ordering presents for people, bubble wrap came in, and I always save the bubble wrap so it can be reused. So these are some of Stan's clothes that are too small. We're always like collecting. These are some books of his that he's probably too old for now, need to go into storage. Some mail that was somewhere and has fallen on the floor. There's just stuff everywhere. We had some things in the hallway. This was all actually in the hallway in a box, and I think our neighbours were just finding it quite annoying that we had stuff in the communal hallway, which is fair enough. So I've brought it in, but it now means that, yeah, the hallway looks like this. So I'm going to try and tackle this today so that we can at least have a clear hallway, and then I'll show you other areas and we'll work through those too. So if you need any inspiration to clear and tidy, hopefully this gives you a little bit of that. It's much more interesting, isn't it, watching other people's homes be messy and get tidy than doing your own. But I find watching other people sometimes helps me feel like, yes, I want to reorganize too. We still have our Christmas cards up and it's January the 24th or something ridiculous. So I'm going to ask Dan to get those down tonight. But yeah, I'm going to crack on with organising as much as Stan will let me. Hello and happy Tuesday. The plan for today is to tackle this area behind me. So I can't remember exactly when it was, but we changed up this space. I'll show you it properly. And installed these pink Firm Living shelves. Part of it I had at SMUG and I love them, and it makes a much better use of the space. Before we just had a small thing there in the TV, and we wanted to be able to store more of Stan's toys, and it was working really well, but it needs a rejig because there have been new things bought over Christmas. He is of an age where he's reading different kinds of books and playing with slightly different kinds of toys. He's developed a bit of a penchant for Peppa Pig magazines, and so we've just got piles of all of the magazines that have been bought and we haven't thrown any of them away. And also I was using one of the shelves over Christmas as my Lizzie for Smug shop, which was good fun, but it isn't a good use of the space. And if I want a kind of display of my work to be able to sell from through Instagram, then I will do that somewhere else. So hi Stan. We've got a new book from Mama, don't we? Ivor the Engine and the Snowdrift. It's very exciting. So I'll show you the space now.
Ivor.
It's another Ivor. We only knew about one Ivor, and it turns out there's a new Ivor about snow, and it was snowing this weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's very exciting. So we'll probably read that now, and then I'll properly show you this space, and then we will reorganise together. We're going to take your dubber out now you're awake. Speak soon. Okay, so I'll give you a quick little tour. So we did have it that just these two shelves were Stan's things. This was Lizzie for Smug, which is now Chaos. This I just haven't got round to, and I want to style this so that's pretty. The top bit I do like, although the plants need watering. So what we've got down here, we've got Stan's truck where we keep lots of kind of action figure type guys. We've got this box, which was great for when he was younger and really interactive for a little person, but he's probably grown out of. The basket, the rattan basket, is full of vehicles, as are these two little John Lewis bamboo ones. They're really cool. They fold down completely flat, which is handy. And that's Mabel's bed that made.com kindly gifted us, but we've got lots of magazines on top of there. And this kind of relatively works. You've got our fire engine, and then there's a copper crate that was from Habitat years ago. And what we were doing was doing the big softback books, paperback books there, and then some hardback books here. But actually when he wants one, they all just get pulled over. So I think I'm going to stack those properly and put them up here and get them down when we need them, because he's got lots of other books he can easily access. In here is like Lego and bits, but I think we need bigger and better storage for our Lego now we've got more of it. And then yeah, I need to clear my Lizzie for Smug stuff from here and use this bit of the space better, and then probably at a later date I'm going to style that really nicely. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. What have you got there, Stan?
Get the dragon out.
Oh, is there a dragon in your ball?
Yeah, and get the dragon out.
I don't think the dragon comes out. I think he plays in the ball. Our high chair desperately needs a clean as well. Sucker very kindly gifted us this so that it's got Constantin on the back, which is really kind of them. This is like the midnight blue, I think it's called. We love it. And I'm going to take the tray off and put it under there. That's what we normally do, so we can get this out of the way to there. Okay, let's do this. Okay, there are only so many time-lapse videos you want to see, I imagine. So I have done the work, and now I'm going to give you a little look. So it's not a massive change, but it's all making much better sense for us. So the bottom's pretty much the same. I've taken off the high chair tray and put it under there so that this can be tidier, as I said it would. And I've just checked that everything that are in these are the correct things. He keeps his action figures in the truck, and so this is the first shelf that has been reorganized. And I'm actually filming this now the day after that I did it, and it works really well because he can access stuff better. So obviously there was this big pile of books here that was just a mess and everything was getting knocked over. I'm so far, not planning on changing this second, but as the Lego grows, as I mentioned, we probably need better storage, and it might end up living in the lockers over there longer term. But for now, this is a really nice height for him to take the trays off and have a play. But I'll show you his new Lego guys in a second. He loves the Mr. Men books, and we tend to have these for meal times that we read to him. And he's actually, it's really heavy, but he's strong enough to pick that up and take it down and read them to himself. So that's how height he can get to. This is his little parking that he can also reach, and then some hardback books that we look at a lot, again, that he can reach, and then paperback. And then the next shelf up, that pile of hardback that was low is now up here, and he can't just get to these, but he can see them and ask for them, and that's worked really well. Those little trees are in the way, but you know, I can be bothered to move those so I can get stuff down for him and it looks prettier. And then this was just on the floor, as was the Mr. Men. They were both just here, and all this space was getting filled. And I don't mind the truck sticking out, but I don't need it all to like come all the way across, which is what was happening. So what we've done is put this up here. This was from his auntie and uncle and cousins for Christmas, all these amazing Lego guys in this box that they made him. So this now has pride of place up on the shelves. And then this I had next door. That's just an H&M jobby. And at the moment there's not really anything in it. This was something that had Lizzie for SMUG things in it. So this is really handy because it's basically extra storage once I know, like, we always need extra. So I've put that there, which I think looks nice and relates to the basket down there, knowing that I can use it once we need it. And as I say, this area, I think I'll actually do an IGTV, like style this shelf thingy, what's it? I want to get down, we moved some pictures around, so I want to get down to paint over these bits. In an ideal world, you paint the whole wall, but we're not going to do that. Have you seen this before, guys? This is, my brother had this made for me. And oh, I can't for the life of me remember the name of the artist, so I'll link it in the description below. But he went and took a photo of SMUG once it had officially closed, and had it painted for me as a little keepsake memory, and then we had it framed in this really cool like open tray frame. But yes, it's a really, really lovely memento. So that's sitting there, and I've watered the plants, as I said, so I'm happy with that. I've got some ideas of what I want to put here. Actually, I'm kind of getting excited about styling that shelf, so I'll probably do that next weekend and then share it as an IGTV. But I'm happy with that. Oh, and the magazines that were all here, I was planning on going through them and getting rid of some. And then again, yesterday afternoon after filming, Stan wanted to do some colouring in and some crafting and cutting things out, which he never normally wants to do. He loves the stories and the stickers, but he doesn't normally want to do all that stuff. So I realised that there's a new lease of life in all of these magazines for colouring in and the cutting out bits that he didn't do before. So I've just popped them all in this tray under here, and I was going to have them up high, but then he can't pull them out, so they're just there so that he can get access to them. And Bob's your uncle, so that's where we're at. I'm quite pleased with that. Hello, it is Thursday. We love Thursdays because Daddy works from home, so that's really nice. Today I am going to tackle an area which is the messiest area, and I'm most embarrassed to show you. But everyone has like a dumping ground, right? Basically, we've got this little counter here that I'm going to show you just as you walk from the hallway into the kitchen, and everything just gets dumped there, and it's really bad. And it's not that big a job to go through, but it's one of those ones that it gets really bad, and then I empty it, and then it gets really bad, and then I empty it. So I'm going to organise that now. I will show you. It's a bit embarrassing. Wow, that looks quite bad, right? I'm always saying to Dan, it's superficial, but yeah, needs a little bit of an organise. It's the place where you come in through the hallway and you just dump stuff. So like my headphones are there because I went for a run, my sunglasses because I didn't need them, too many paper napkins that I got given somewhere and I don't want to throw away in the recycling. When I'm gift wrapping, I have all of these lovely stickers on the dining table. They've just ended up being picked up and dumped here. It's a real mess. So I'm going to reorganise this. And then also...
I finished my reading. wee.
Oh, well done. You finished your wee wee.
And it got on my leg.
Oh dear, I'll come and sort you out then. Okay, we're back. And then in these shelves we keep our cookbooks, which is the big one at the bottom, but we've got too many and we don't use all of them, so I want to reorganise them. But then also where we've just got bits here, I would quite like to put some of Stan's board books in one of these shelves so that we've got a bit more space in his room for more toys. He doesn't use his board books as much as his softback and hardback ones now because he's sort of grown out of most of them, but he still really enjoys looking at them. And because he likes playing here and taking the books out, I thought maybe we'd put some of Stan's books here. So this is the plan. I shall show you how we get on. Okay, let's do this. So as I mentioned, things just get dumped here. So first thing is to put things away. Like loads of this stuff does have a home somewhere in the flat. So I'm starting with that. I'm also going to show you a lip balm in a minute by Bioderma that I love and would really recommend. And also Daniel's about to ask me for some Bourbon biscuits, which you will see me get the Tupperware out for. There we go. Happy bunny. And in a minute, I'm going to find a badge. Yay, that's it. The Scout Editions badge that I bought myself for Christmas that I'd lost in that big pile. So psyched for that. Oh, this is my new jumper, by the way, by LF Markey. Really happy with that. I would never normally wear lilac. It's kind of a new thing for me, but it's got pockets and I love it. I'm watering the plants with a little spritzer that we got from IKEA. And I'm going through that little dumping ground of like mail I don't want to deal with in that blue curve thing. I think I'm going to use that slightly differently because it's not good for mail dumping. I just end up never opening the mail. And so now I'm having a reorganise and a style of the things that we do like to have there, like my stickers and the pens and all the bits and bobs that I actually do want, like my notebooks and things. And now I'm going to work on these shelves. Like I mentioned, I'm just adding all of Stan's board books there for him to be able to grab and having a play around. So you can't see from this shot, but underneath are all the cookbooks. I'm just working through those, adding some for the top, and there we go. So here it is all finished. That white ugly box is the thermostat. So that's kind of just the best place to put it. But down here are the books. And I'm so pleased that desperately needs a hoover. But I'm so pleased that that is clear underneath. Happy with this. Hello, it's Saturday now. And before wrapping up the video, I was just going to show you how things have progressed, whether things are still tidy. There are some little bits going on back there because of the reorganise of those bookshelves. We've now got a pile of books in the hallway. I'll show you around. So because of reorganising this little section, which I'm so pleased I did, and it's so nice having that space over there because this bookshelf like hangs out and we had so many books under there, you didn't get that thing of there being space underneath, and it's so much nicer now. It's like that again. But we do need to find homes for these books, which we can do in the living room. I just need to get on with doing it. Those 2 SMUG totes of press are still there. I haven't managed to do that this week. I think that's going to be like quite a big job that I just need to set myself time to do. So that's the thing that hasn't managed to happen. But in here is looking just as good. It gets a bit piled up and I have to re-clear it. But I'm really liking having my diary and my notebook and my iPad in here for me to grab, and my pens that I use for those. Like, this feels really handy to have the space set up like that. I actually added a little candle to these, so it's sitting on a base, and it just means I can grab those more easily to use them to gift wrap, because I gift wrap quite regularly for orders, to pack those orders. So this is looking as good. And then maybe this is on the table, a little bit more chaos has ensued here and some vehicles have just been grabbed, but it seems to be working really well, all of this section like this. And Mabel's bed is still clear. Shock horror, didn't think that would definitely happen. And oh, this has been pulled out, so he's been recently playing with those. So I think that kind of reorganise is good. And as I said, yeah, I'm excited to get on with this jobby. But basically, otherwise, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. thank you for making me do it. I feel like if I hadn't got around to filming the video, I might not have done as good a job of tidying those areas. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of stuff going on in the background still here, and stuff on the stools and the stuff in the kitchen. So there's lots more to do, but those few areas it's worked and they've stayed tidy and clear pretty much. So I'm really pleased with the progress I've made, and I'm just going to keep going. It's inspired me to go deeper and do more. We need a deeper organized and deep clean, but for me doing it in this like steps, like taking bite-sized chunks, is really helpful rather than being like, oh my goodness, this is really overwhelming. So that's worked well. There's more to do. Maybe I'll make another video reorganizing all of the crap over there. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this has inspired you to have a bit of a reorganize, or it's just given you something to focus on while you're sitting on the sofa having a cup of tea, to not think about life at the moment. But or maybe you're having a lovely life at the moment, that would be even better. But yeah, God bless, lots of love, see you soon.